So, from seemingly nowhere, Kotoshoho came within inches of the top division title. The first Maegashira ranker since this one to contest the trophy in the tournament's final bout, and only the fourth overall since 1949. And according to Mr. Kashiwa Sumo Akiyoshi Nagai, the first Kashiwa-born wrestler ever to grace the tournament closer. But what could Shoho have done to actually take the cup? His father says beat Takara Fuji, which is still beyond him. And that loss was part of a wider issue that needs fixing. Finally dissected by the ex-Hakuho, who said, prior to Sunday's bout, "You just feel, all too often, that Kotoshoho forces the pace more than he needs." His word is backed up by the few clips I have. This is from day 9 when Shoho was 7-1 and joint leading with Takakeisho. Uncharted ground which was making him tense. He stiffened yet further when alighting his taxi and seeing Hiradoumi walking in with more relaxed stride, even in the freezing drizzle. He's gone into this having won their first meeting swiftly, raising his foe's entire left side with a clunking right and seizing his chance to rake down on the swerve. But he's lost their second and most recent affair, slipping in a change of course on the run. That's what Hakuho warns him against. And this time it seems Shoho seeks to depend on a stronger grip on the belt. But Hakuho's point, does he really need to drive forward from there instead of setting himself? Does he really have to stake all on that outside left? Unable to shift Shoho's bulk from the front, Hirado, keeping that right hip away, has only a single option, which Shoho merely invites him to use, making it less of a gamble. But that's just his way, said his high school senior Sasakiyama, who fought him back in 2018. You know he'll bomb forward the first chance he gets, so I just set myself to throw. Which Sasaki did to win their encounter, and proceeded to say that he found younger brother Kototebakari a slightly harder test. Shoho's clearly advised to take his time. We then had this match with Onosho, an opponent who ties him in knots. In their first 3 bouts he was well outpushed. "How do I shift this ultra-compact ball of strength?" is how he described his challenge to me. The solution he found, along with his coach, seen judging this bout in July last year, was to lock the arm while on the retreat and unleash the requisite throw. But that relies on a perfect sequence of interlinked steps, any one of which can break the chain. And a man of Onosho's level of skill will doggedly find the weakest link. Shoho's need for right foot to step back and across. A risk. Hence, the next time they clinch, does Onosho's left foot curl round to block Shoho's backward path and force him in fear onto hopping left leg. Onosho's right foot can hold stance from there, while his left returns to kick off the clay and propel the upward push. Shoho has all the moves and reactions, thus no need to so overthink. But although he himself would admit as much, he overthought things this time as well. Convinced he could reach around the shorter man, did he go for an orthodox grip. But his left arm was checked while on its way, and he rushed his attack on the right. Blind to conceding an outside grip, and ending up ramrod straight. Can he somehow pull off a double front grip for a future route to success? Shoho was notably calmer towards the end, and praised for his solid holding of ground and well-timed parries and clamps. When we met post-match on day 13, his face was notably tranquil. Exactly the one he'd shown to the crowd at his second-tier promotion bash. The reassuring, leave it to me kind of look. But in the decider he panicked again, undone by his own sumo valor. Noble he was to dive straight in, but when facing a two-time champ for the crown, should he not have sought to surprise from out wide? I've learned that spirit matters most at the end, were the words Shoho gave to NHK. Little different, I add, to the words said to me when he dropped his November closer. His spirit has clearly improved since then, but it now needs to rise to a higher terrain, is the nuance I seem to detect. He's a reticent guy who hardly speaks in training at all, while his salaried peers loudly reel off commands. And might impending pressure of blinding fame, a title speech before viewing millions, have shrunk his appetite to win? Accepting the spotlight is part of the task. For now then, 3 cheers for his runner-up show and Fighting Spirit Award. The ideal gift for his father Manabu, whose birthday it is today.